Hello, and welcome to the Ancestry Seeking podcast. I'm Barbara Beauregard, genealogist, author, and creator of the Time Capsule Method, where we focus not only on discovering our ancestors, but preserving their stories for future generations. Today, we're going to talk about something that can feel incredibly discouraging in genealogy research. That moment when it seems like the records just don't exist. You've searched the census, you've tried different spellings, you've looked through multiple databases, and still nothing. It can feel like you've reached a dead end. But here's what I want you to know right from the beginning. Most records are not truly gone, and even when they are missing, there are still ways to move forward. So today, we're going to talk about why records may seem to be missing and what you can do next to continue your research. Let's start with the reality. Sometimes, records really have been lost. Fires, floods, wars, and time itself have destroyed many historical documents. Courthouse fires, in particular, have resulted in the loss of birth, marriage, and land records in many areas. So yes, there are times when the record you're looking for no longer exists. But even in those situations, your research is not over. When original records are missing, we turn to what are called substitute records. These are records created for other purposes, but still contain valuable information about your ancestor. For example, newspapers may include obituaries or announcements. Land records may show ownership and relationships. Probate records can reveal family connections. Church records often document baptisms, marriages, and burials. And military records can provide personal details and timelines. Each of these sources can help you rebuild the story, even when the original record is gone. In some cases, the record you're looking for was never created at all. Early communities didn't always record events consistently. Births, deaths, and marriages might not have been officially documented, especially in rural areas. This means there may be gaps in the historical record, and that's where genealogy becomes more than just searching. It becomes interpreting and connecting clues. When direct records don't exist, we rely on indirect evidence. This means gathering information from multiple sources and putting it together like a puzzle. For example, you might find a census record showing a household, a land record showing property ownership, and a nearby family with the same surname. Individually, these may not prove a relationship, but together they can form a strong and convincing conclusion. This is one of the most powerful skills in genealogy, and it's often what allows us to move forward when records seem to be missing. Another very common situation is this: the record exists, but it hasn't been indexed. If a record isn't indexed, it won't appear in a simple search. So it may seem like it doesn't exist at all, but it's there, waiting to be found. This is where we shift from searching to browsing. Instead of typing in a name and waiting for results, you explore records manually. You look at collections by location, you go page by page, you follow the structure of the records themselves. Yes, it takes more time, but this is often where the real discoveries happen. Sometimes the record exists, but in a place you wouldn't expect. Your ancestor may appear in a neighboring county, a different state, a different country, or a completely different type of record. This is especially true when families moved or when record-keeping practices varied by location. So, when you feel stuck, expand your thinking. Ask yourself, where else could this information exist? Who else might have recorded this event? Because sometimes the answer is just outside where you've been looking. If you've been searching and nothing is working, take a step back. Review what you already have. Look at your sources again. Revisit your notes. Double-check your assumptions. Because often, The clue you need is already there. It's just been overlooked. And when you come back with fresh eyes, you may see something you didn't notice before. Genealogy research is not always easy. There will be times when records are missing, times when progress slows, and times when it feels like you're not getting anywhere. But here's what I want you to remember. Your ancestor is still there. The story is still there. The clues are still there. Even when the records are incomplete, your research can continue. You just need to approach it from a different angle. So, if you're feeling stuck right now, don't give up. Look for substitute records. Build your evidence from multiple sources. Try browsing instead of searching. And take a step back when you need to, because your breakthrough may be closer than you think. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to follow or subscribe so new episodes appear automatically in your podcast app. And if you'd like to explore more resources, visit ancestryseeking.com, where you'll find guides, webinars, and tools to help you continue your research journey. Thank you for joining me today. Until next time, keep seeking, keep discovering, and keep preserving your family story.